What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing day 3 of the CDL launch weekend, the opening weekend, which is on Saturday, February the 13th. We got a couple exciting games today to watch, and this channel's purpose is to hopefully bring awareness to the Call of Duty scene and maybe help people make money in the DFS scene, the daily fantasy sports scene, and DraftKings in specific. If you're watching this video, maybe you stumbled upon it looking for picks on Call of Duty for DraftKings. Well, if you found this video, this is your channel. So if you want to stick around and watch, we're going to be providing daily fantasy sports content for Call of Duty this year, the whole season, on this channel specifically. So if you're interested in that, stick around if you manage to see this video. Today we got a couple games. The slate is a little bit smaller than the Thursday, Friday slate that we saw on Friday on DraftKings. Today is a 3-game slate, and they have another slate on DraftKings. They have 2 slates. They have a 3-game slate specifically only for Saturday, and they have another slate that is the Saturday games and the Sunday games. Today we're going to be discussing only the Saturday games. For those people looking for picks for the Sunday games, I'll be releasing a video tomorrow morning on that, but for this video it is only for the Saturday games. So with that being said, I want to remind everybody who was watching this video, if you're 18 or above, or even below, manage your money properly. DFS has been considered, as gambling by a lot of people, but it's really not that. It's just a game of skill that involves money. So be sure to manage your money smartly. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose, and always remember that if you're smart with your money, you can make money in the DFS space. So with that being said, let's check out these games that we have in store for us today. So for the first matchups, we have the Paris Legion versus the LA Guerrillas. Now this is going to be an interesting matchup because both of these teams, they got swept because they played against, the top dogs yesterday. We can't really take anything away from them because of that. They literally played the best teams in the CDL yesterday. So of course they lost, but now they're going to be playing against each other, which is more of a fair match in my opinion. So we have the Paris Legion here, and here are the prices for Aqua: Flex 8,000, Classic Flex 6,000, Fire 7,000, and Scraps 9,000. Relatively cheap, they're very cheap. Classic, I believe, is the cheapest. The LA Guerrillas also have Apathy, Assault, Silly, and Vivid. Out of all of these, I really like Apathy. He's very expensive at the cap position, so I don't know. These guys are really good, and the prices are more or less, I believe, accurate. So, I think out of these guys, Silly has good value as well. Based on what we saw yesterday from their match with Optic, the Paris Legion, they were just getting destroyed every single game. They fought back, I guess you could say, in the hard point a little bit. They got 100 point club. We can't really take anything away from this first game. They just got clapped, in Optic Chicago, arguably Optic Chicago's favorite map and favorite game mode, hardpoint and raid. So this was like, you could bet your house mortgage on this, and rest assured you would have made money on that. But for the second game, for the search game, it was a little different because the Legion started off, a little fast. The Legion started off a little good. They were 3-0ing the Optic Chicago in the Search and Destroy match, but Optic Chicago came back and then they beat them that match too. And then the last game on Control was the same story. They did whatever they wanted to the Paris Legion. So I feel like the Paris Legion didn't really have a chance to like show out. So today against the LA Guerrillas is more of a even match. So we might see something we didn't get to see yesterday. So I'm going to fade them, of course, Paris Legion, because Other than Scraps, I'm not sure what this team can do. And Scraps has a decent price tag of 9,000, I believe, around that area. So he will be in some of my lineups for sure. As for the Los Angeles Guerrillas, we could really say the same thing. They had to play phase, and they were getting gapped hard right here, as you can see in the hard point. Their first match, they were getting gapped hard, and based on their prices right now, I feel like maybe we don't know how they're going to play today against the Paris Legion because they had to go against the Atlanta FaZe. We don't really know what they're capable of when they're on an even match or like in an even playing field, basically, like in regards to team skill. Atlanta FaZe was way too good. Putting them against a team like Paris Legion, I feel like they are gonna win. I feel like they can beat the Paris Legion. I don't know if they can 3-0 them. I doubt that. Paris Legion is decent. Um, I feel like maybe this series goes, I don't know, 3-2, 3-1 in favor of the Guerrillas. You know, who knows? The Guerrillas might be a sleeper team from their side. I really like Apathy, and I'm just not gonna be picking any Gorilla players other than Apathy or Silly maybe. But if you decide to target this game, it might be worth noting that Los Angeles Guerrillas might be able to beat the Legion, as they look like a little bit more of a well-rounded out team. So there's that. We also have this game that I'm really excited about. The Florida Mutineers with Awakening, Skies, Slacked, and Neptune going up against the Toronto Ultra. This game actually has, a lot of possibility to go 5 games. The Florida Mutineers are favored minus 280 by Bovada. And I think this is going to be a really good game. I think this is going to be the best game of the day, in my opinion. Bans Cammy, Kleenex, and Methods for Ultra. These guys are basically essentially the same team from last year, and they're pretty solid. Cammy's a beast. He 15,300 for cap position. I think he's the most expensive player for this slate. These guys are pretty good. Both of these teams are very good. And for those of you that didn't watch the opening weekend, um, FaZe lost to the Florida Millionaires. Now, I said that you can't take away anything from the preseason, but it was just worth noting. Florida Mutineers, they've been actually pretty strong in scrims. Like it's like common knowledge now that like in scrims they've been wrecking a lot of people. They've been like super dominant. You know, they got a new player in Neptune. He's very young. He's a new talented player. He was doing good in the opening weekend, so he might be worth a look at. I'm not sure exactly what his price was. I believe it was 7,000, around there. He's a very good player, and Toronto Ultra, they I mean, it's basically the same team from Modern Warfare. We haven't seen them play at all, so can't take anything away from them. I just know that Bance is the most expensive one in the slate, and I'm probably not gonna have any Toronto Ultra, just because I'll be putting more of my money towards the Florida Mutineers. I really have more faith in the Florida Mutineers to win outright. They are minus 280 to win, but I just think that they're just better as a team. It's not gonna be easy probably for them. Who knows? They might 3-0 them or it might be a 3-2. It's gonna be a great match for sure. And I believe Slack, Neptune, Skies, and Awakening, man, that team is actually pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty, and I just can't wait to see them actually play more because right now I want to see where every of the players stand according like to the value that they've been given to by DraftKings. Because even DraftKings doesn't know; they just relatively know where everybody kind of is in the general price range, but they're like pricing people very expensively right now because nobody's played. These are different teams. There's just too many different variables to know exactly how, you know, a team is going to play, how they're going to look. But I really do have confidence based on the scrimmages that Florida Mutineers has what it takes to win this game and even to win by a 3-0. Who knows? But I know they're going to win. So that's my thoughts on this matchup. And for the last game, of course, we have the Los Angeles Thieves with Kenny, Slasher, Temp, and TJ Halley. And man, we saw them completely destroy the Minnesota Rocker yesterday. So I don't know what to think about this team now. You know, that was unexpected. That was very unexpected. But we also have the New York Subliners with Clayster, Mac, Diamond Khan, who is a new player, and Asim. And this team, man, they lost Zuma. He had to retire because of his thumb, but they replaced him with Diamond Khan. And this this team is you know, one of those teams where we don't know how they're gonna play. We have no idea. We really have no idea. Diamond Khan, he was playing okay in the opening weekend. He was doing good. He was holding his own. As you can see here, he was 18 and 13 in hard point. You know, he was doing great. Better than Clayster for sure. But you know, this is, like I said, this is one of the teams where we have no clue, man. Because basically new team together. They've never really played. Um, we have to really see. This is just a toss up, man. Who knows how they're gonna come out? And they also had to play Dallas Empire in their first game of the opening weekend, you know, so they weren't gonna win that. I mean, we really got to put them against, you know, teams like the Thieves, you know, to see where they really stand as a team, you know, with fair matchups. And the lines on Bovada are the Thieves are favored to win this matchup by 190. That's the line, 190 plus 140 for New York. So you know it's fairly even. Vegas doesn't know who's gonna win this. You know it's probably favored towards Thieves because of yesterday's win. The line probably moved in their favor. Uh, if not just because of the names on the team. Yesterday, the Thieves really surprised everybody on how they beat the Minnesota Rocker. It was a complete ass whooping. Like the Rocker were getting, they were getting clapped. They were getting clapped hard at the end, as you can see here. The LA Thieves were doing whatever they wanted to them. They were coming in through the rotations. They were taking the hard points away from them whenever they did obtain them from the Minnesota Rocker. Like the Los Angeles Thieves were just they were nasty yesterday. They were nasty. You know, I don't think anybody saw that coming. But based on this performance, the prices went up. They went a little bit up steadily. I think TJ Halley went to 7,400 for the flex. I think Slasher went up to 8,800. Temp, I believe, stayed the same. I might be wrong. I think he moved up a little bit, and Kenny stayed around the same too. So it was really Slasher and TJ Halley who had like the great performances yesterday that went up in price. You know, but as for choosing this team, targeting this team, I do believe it might be a fair fight. Maybe a 3-2, maybe a 3-1. I really on favor of the Thieves. You know, Subliners is still, we haven't seen anything. They might be complete trash, but you know from what we saw yesterday, if the Thieves keep that up, they're definitely going to be, you know, a force to be reckoned with. So I do have the Thieves to win this game. Um, I don't think they're gonna, you know, match the performance from yesterday. I might be wrong, but maybe the Subliners aren't gonna let themselves get ragdolled like that. Maybe it was just the Rocker. They thought they were gonna, you know, just come in there and beat them. Maybe it was that. Maybe you know, um, they were, you know, they just fell asleep. That's probably what happened with the Minnesota Rocker. I don't know if that repeats itself, but you know, they gotta get back up again. And maybe Subliners, you know, make them pay for what they did to the Minnesota Rocket yesterday. But all in all, these are going to be some pretty interesting games today. My favorite picks are probably Florida Mutineers and the LA Thieves. That's pretty gonna be pretty much the two teams that I target today. We'll see how it turns out, and I hope that if you saw this video, maybe it helped you make some money in the DraftKings slates for Call of Duty. And remember, if you want to see more content like this, remember I'm always gonna keep making videos week in and week out as long as the season lasts. And you know, you're welcome to come back, like and subscribe, dislike, comment, whatever you want to do to you know, increase the momentum for the channel and for the videos with the algorithm. So you know, if you like the content, keep coming back, and thanks.